Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Tyler and let's talk about what we got going this week. So first off, I apologize guys, I am still sick. I had to shift some work around this week due to me being sick. I was sick as hell on Sunday and yesterday, Monday, but I had to shift work around so I didn't work myself to death. So here's what we got going. I'm on my way to Wagner right now to pick up a compactor that's going to be going up to Monument. Super short haul, but it is an emergency load for them. So we're going to be doing that today. And then I'm waiting to hear back on the broker to see if I can pick up my load for tomorrow, if I can load it this afternoon on my way back to my house from Monument, due to I'll be driving right past the building where I have to go tomorrow. So hopefully that comes out to be a yes, because that'll save me time for tomorrow and it'll save me miles. Tomorrow I'm going to be taking 3 pallets, no tarp, from here in Colorado Springs up to Cheyenne, Wyoming. The total weight is about 1,500 pounds. It's basically a pallet with cardboard. I'm going to have to meet the receiver somewhere. We're going to have to hand offload all of the pallets into his truck and trailer. On Thursday, going to be heading to the factory to do one factory run for Thursday, Friday. I'll update you guys at pickup. Guys, we just did a single chain pulling front to rear, and then I did a strap over the top to make sure it doesn't bounce. Drop is only about 20 minutes away, so we are en route. All right, guys, we made it. Parked right in the middle of the street, right in the middle of the cul-de-sac. I'm gonna get this off, and then we're gonna have to back all the way down the hill to get out of here. Unloading went really well for the compactor, no complaints. Just had to back down the hill out to the main street. It was about a half a mile of backing down. Not too big of a deal, and the intersection I had to block at the bottom wasn't busy, so good on that. Right now I'm on my way over to Les Schwab. I got a warranty out my 2 rear tires on my truck, and then I'm waiting to hear back on the broker for the load for tomorrow to see if I can maybe pick it up today. I'll send the bill to Wagner for $300 for that load I just moved. The actual work time on that was about an hour and a half. But my minimum charge for a call out to move freight is $300. Got our new tires, got the old ones warrantied out. Got the go ahead from the broker to go pick up the cargo today. Gonna drive about 5 miles up the road, go get loaded today, and then we will head home. We got loaded, super simple load, just 3 pallets, all cardboard, strap and go. I did run wood underneath all of the strap protectors. And that is to spread the force of the strap to not only give you a more tight strap on the cardboard, but to also prevent you from damaging the cardboard. So we're going to run this to the house tonight, and we will take off first thing in the morning heading to Cheyenne. Made it to the port here in Cheyenne, Wyoming. They pulled me for inspection. The DOT officer basically already told me she's going to light me up for my window tint. So I'm expecting that for violation. And yeah. We're gonna hang out, get another inspection, and it's funny guys, this will be my 3rd inspection, and every single inspection has been with this same exact broker and the same exact company moving the same type of cargo every single time. So I'll keep you guys updated, and we'll let you know how the inspection goes. We're in violation. The limit, it has to read 70 on there, right? 70%. 70%. We are in violation for window tint. All right, guys, we finally got let go from the inspection. We passed. Obviously, we did get the violation for the window tint. It's fine by me, but everything else was good. Stopped at the port in Fort Collins because I was really bothered about the whole off-duty thing and that I can't sleep in the truck and all this stuff because I don't meet sleeper berth requirements. So I stopped at the port for about half an hour. Sat down with an officer, and they went over everything with me, and the officer had said he had never had anybody walk in and ask him this kind of question before. That's what we came up with. So a little backstory, I've always just claimed off-duty and slept in the truck. Apparently that's not okay, and the reason is because with off-duty, you basically have to be relieved of all responsibilities from the commercial vehicle and the commercial vehicle combination. You cannot have any responsibilities. Sleeping in the truck on off-duty makes that so you still possess responsibilities for that truck, the trailer, and the load. So you're in violation. With that as well, a problem you can run into, and both officers told me this because they've both heard of situations of this happening. If something happens to the cargo that you have on board while you are in an off-duty state in the truck, then they potentially will not cover the losses to the cargo. So if somebody comes and steals it in the middle of the night while you're in the truck and you're in off-duty status, not in sleeper berth status, they can potentially not cover the cargo. Don't ask me how, don't ask me why, because it doesn't make sense to me, but apparently it's a thing. The DOT officer and I came out to my truck and we pulled some measurements on sleeper berth. So the requirements for sleeper berth for any vehicle over since 1975 is it has to have a length of 75 inches, a width of 24, and a height of 24 inches. Okay? So to meet these requirements, I am going to have to pull my passenger seat out of my truck, and I'm going to have to pull potentially the whole back seat, but I'm going to have to pull the backrest for sure. The reason is because if you measure it from the dashboard, the passenger dashboard, to the back wall, it'll meet 75 inches. On top of that, I'm going to have to buy a new, basically a new mattress setup. I've been using like a camping air mattress, and that's not okay. It doesn't meet the requirements. So I'm going to have to make modifications in order to stay legal. Now with that, here's the perk that comes with being able to claim sleeper berth. One, you're totally legal, and it gets rid of all of the gray area, which is the thing in this business is you have to get rid of the gray area, because there's so much gray areas in determining how you read the laws and the officers read the laws, how they're interpreted and how they're read. It leaves too much room for gray area. That is just the fact of the matter. And gray area is where you're going to get jammed up, okay? But being able to get rid of the gray area and being able to claim sleeper berth not only gets rid of that gray area, but it also gives you different hours of service rules. Can actually benefit you, especially like when weather's bad and stuff like that happens. It can actually benefit you. And I have to read up on all the sleeper berth rules. But that is the plan. For probably next week, I'll start figuring out how I'm going to modify the truck to be able to be completely legal for sleeper berth. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and talk about how past couple days went. So between the Wagner load and the cardboard palletized load, we came out to a total of $1,000 in payment that I submitted, so I won't see that money for over a month probably. Drove a total of 494 miles, which is actually way less than I anticipated. So that came out to a rate per mile of $2.02 back to the door, which is awesome. Let's talk about the window tint violation and what does that mean. But let's talk about the actual repercussions of what could happen from not changing the window tint. Okay, so first off, when you get a violation, you have a box on your violation form that you have to sign and send back within 15 days that says you have corrected the issue. That form goes back to the state wherever you got the violation, and it is marked off as it is completed. Well, if you do not fill out that paperwork and just ignore it, do not do this. Here's what can happen. Not only can it trigger a compliance review, but it can lead to civil penalties of up to $1,000 a month for up to 10 months. So basically a $10,000 fine. So don't do that. It can't put you out of service for window tint. And the only thing it can do is put more points against your safety score. And I'll get into that. Okay, so make sure you fill it out and sign it and send it back and say that you fixed it. And then the next time you get hit with the violation, they can potentially write you not only for the window tint violation, but they can write you for the failure to fix previous violations. Now let's talk about your safety score and all that stuff, okay? To keep it as simple as possible, as a company, you have a safety score. So as a new company, your safety score is at a 50. The best score for safety is a 0. The lower the number, the better. So your safety score, you are rated against companies of your size. Oh, points, okay? Now that points puts you in a bracket, okay? Of basically, okay, let's say there's 1,000 companies like me, and 900 of us and above are at this many points, like in the green, and everyone underneath that is basically like in the yellow and then the red. Okay, well, And this is all just like a very broad explanation, okay? So if you score in the average or above, it benefits you for not only your safety score, but your insurance. And here is the big hiccup where you're going to get hit is the insurance, okay? Obviously, the lower your safety score, or I guess technically the higher your safety score number, it will drastically affect your insurance rates, okay? So if you're rated unsafe, you're going to have higher insurance. If you're rated safe, you're going to have lower insurance, okay? So that's probably the biggest initial effect from it. Here's the next big things. With your safety score, if you are deemed safe and don't have any red flag events, red flags events are like drug violations, alcohol violations, there's all kinds of red flag events, and I don't know all of them, there's a ton of them. If your DOT number has a red flag event, you will automatically trigger a compliance review. Compliance reviews, then it's just like your safety audit, but on steroids, okay? They go through everything. They go through your maintenance logs. They're going to go through all your records. Every single thing they can get their hands on, they will, okay? So you don't want to have a compliance review, and sometimes you can still do everything right and still get one, okay? Now, the higher your numbers or your points, your point violations, I should say, for your violations go, the odds increase of you having a compliance review. Okay, so really the only thing that is going to come of not fixing the window tint is potentially increased violations and potentially paying civil penalties for not fixing my window tint. So basically, at the end of the day, what does it boil down to? Like everything as an owner-operator, it boils down to you losing money. The lower your score on your violations and your lower your safety score is, the better. So the lower you can keep that, the better. The more violations you get, the higher that number goes, and the more that can affect your insurance, the more that can affect your odds of a compliance review. So let's talk about the window tint. So I originally was not going to get it fixed. I was just going to roll with it, and whatever extra violations came my way was what I was going to do. From a smart business perspective, it made sense to swallow my pride and to pick a different battle. That is, I hate to say that. I'm one of those people that's very prideful. From a business perspective, it did not make sense to continue to have the violation, because not only is it going to continue to get me violations, not only cost me money, but more importantly is going to cost me time and headache. And basically to have the government, basically the potential to be up in my shit. And I don't want that. So what we're going to do this morning, they actually had an opening this morning at 10, so I'm on my way there right now to go get my window tint fixed. It's going to run me about $300 to get the old stuff pulled off and then to put on the 70%. So that is what we're going to do to be legal. This is going to push back the factory pickup. I probably won't pick up now until tomorrow morning. Then I can sleep easy and I can not stress about window tint, and then I don't have to lie to the government either. Because let me tell you guys, lying and getting caught is always going to get you in a bigger pickle than just doing the right thing. And unfortunately, the only way to do this is to lie to the government and say that I fixed it. And I'm not about to do that. So I take my licks, I'll spend my money, get it fixed now, and not have to worry about it again. And then I don't ever have to deal with losing points on an inspection for something stupid. All right, guys, we made it to the factory. We had to wait about 45 minutes. There was a miscommunication with the loads, and it was not ready, so I had to wait for them to get it ready for me. Not a big deal. A little annoying, but it is what it is. But let's go ahead and go over it. Doing another load of doubles. Nothing new. This one is very light, very easy. Same as the other one, guys. Torqued all the lugs. Everything went good. I ran the harness, same as last time, and we're all hooked up. So I called the trailer place. What we're gonna do, I'm just gonna take these trailers home for the weekend, drop them off on Monday, which is awesome, makes it easier, saves me time and miles. Really glad for all that flexibility. And then Monday morning, I got a report for jury duty and go to DMV, get license plates on my 28-foot Titan. Gonna come back to the house, grab the truck, deliver these trailers, and then I'm gonna head back to the factory for another run. And that's really gonna be the only at all for next week, guys. Wednesday through Friday, I've got life events planned, so I won't be working. Heads up, guys, there's not going to be any content for a few weeks of me doing hauls. It's going to be of side content videos. Reason is because for the next couple weeks, I have no new content to give you. I am running the same loads you've already seen, and there's going to be nothing new about anything that's going to be taking place. So instead of boring you with the same content, I'm going to put up some videos talking about some hotshot trucking topics and stuff like that. I appreciate you guys watching. Means a lot to me. I do put a good amount of work into these videos, and for you guys to take the time to watch it, it means a lot to me. So anyways, guys, that's going to sum up this video. If you enjoyed this video, please shoot me a like and a subscribe. If you have any comments or questions, please don't hesitate to throw them in the comment section. And as always, guys, stay tuned for more hotshot content. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.